Hey everyone, Richard Robbins here. Well, the numbers are in for Edmonton up to the end of September, which is also, by the way, the end of the third quarter. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that. There's two things I want to focus on today. We've created some slides here that I think would be helpful for you on listing and buyer presentations. And yes, you can go to our website and you can download the slides there, and you're more than welcome to use them. But see, there's two numbers that I think are most important. And a lot of people get a little bit confused, especially buyers and sellers, about this. The first number is number of sales every month. So let's face it, as a real estate sales professional, the more sales that are happening every month, the more opportunities they are for you because the pie is a little bit bigger, which is great. And everybody assumes more sales, prices must be going up. The second number that is also very important is the average price. Now, the question is this: if your sales go down, can your price go up? And the answer to that is yes. Now, what you see in the press is they generally will try to pick up the most negative numbers they will find. So they'll, sales were down 18%, right? This is on the internet, on social media, in the newspapers. And of course, the public reads this and they assume when sale prices are actually, or sales are down, that the average price is going to go down. And that is not necessarily the case. So I'm going to take you through some cool slides that you could use to be able to communicate that message to buyers and sellers. And the two main numbers we got to pay attention to. So getting started, you've seen this before. If you've seen these videos, we got sales, we got active listings, months of inventory, which determines your prices going up or down, supply and demand, average price, and days on the market. So if we look at it, the busiest month you had this year was April with 2,868 sales. And then, of course, started to go down a little bit. The summer slowed down around 2,000 sales. In September, we're at 1,883. So now let's think about it. What would the press pick up on here? Oh boy, sales are down by 8.4% because in August we did 2,056 and only 1,883 in the month of September, right? That's what they're going to pick up on. And when they pick up on these numbers, what they're trying to do is they're trying to find what will get the most attention. But what we have to understand is that if we look at it, we started an average price this year of $364, and we're now at $378. Do you think they're going to talk about that? Probably not. So that's what we've got to do. We've got to start to understand the numbers a little better. And let me show you a great visual you might consider. This here is, we just created a line graph for you, and this is what I call a trend line. This shows you the trend of your sales. So blue is sales, green is listings. So again, we get here, as I said, in April we did 2,868 sales, right? So you can see started at 1,100, went up here, and then it started to trend down a little bit. Now this isn't uncommon throughout a normal year, not that this is a crazy normal year, but then we get active listings, same thing. We start low and we go higher. Now how do you determine price? So this is months of inventory in here, right? So what happens is the closer these numbers get together, the better chance prices are going up, or the faster they're going up because there's less inventory, less supply, and more demand. As these numbers start to widen, obviously, prices might not be going up as fast, but that doesn't mean they're still not going up. Because remember, months of inventory will determine which way your prices are going. So if we look here, this is September of the last 3 years, 1,387 sales in 19. 20, we did 1,873 and 1,883 in the month of September for 22. Now, you think about it, well, sales were down a little bit from August. However, they were up from September of last year and up substantially from 2 years ago. Now, have a look at this. This here is from January to the end of September, the amount of sales that took place for the last 3 years. We did 13,000 sales in 19. We dropped slightly to 12,900 in 20. Now, we had COVID, right? So remember, middle of March, April, May, and some of June was really slow, and then the market went crazy. But look at this. We're up 52% in 2021. Almost 20,000 sales so far this year. So from a sales standpoint, it's great. Lots of opportunities available. So it's all going well. And I want you to have a look at this because this here is your average sale price. So if we go back 10 years, and this is a visual you should be using with buyers and sellers all the time. So if we go back, you can see 10 years, we're at 338. Right now, we're at 377. So you can look at this, you can see what's going on. Obviously 338, we started to go up, and then we got to about 372, which was the highest until when? This year. So in other words, and we're only at the end of September, we're not at the end of the year yet. So right now, prices are higher than they've been in the last 10 years. So this is something you show people, because your job as a salesperson is to help people make decisions that are in their best interest. And to help them make decisions that are in their best interest, you need to educate them so they understand what it is that they don't know, and then they start to make better decisions. And you probably already know what they should do, but your job is to give them content that they look at, you help them understand it so they would make the same decision as you. And then that's what great sales professionals do. So anyway, I hope this was helpful, and remember everybody, it's a beautiful life. Make it count.